Hi guys! Okay, so I originally did this video earlier and wanted to redo it, and the reason I might look so funny right now, close this so that there's not as much sunlight streaming in, there's a little bit over there. It feels so weird to have like my hair done and regular clothes on and mascara and everything still on, but no foundation on. And the reason why I wanted to do that was because I just got back from Sephora and I didn't even think they would have it, but they have the smoke palette too. They have the brand new Urban Decay Naked Liquid Makeup. Now, I've heard quite a lot about this via, YouTube, Twitter, everything else. I'm a big fan of Urban Decay, and the idea behind their Naked Foundation was, I guess they took tribute from how successful their Naked palettes were. So the concept behind this is that it's a weightless liquid foundation and you can still get that medium coverage look without having like a ton of foundation on your face. So I thought this would be a foundation routine tutorial slash first impressions. So we're going to experience this together. This is shade 1.0, by the way. What's really great about this makeup is I guess it's paraben free, silicone free, something like that. It's really good for your skin, and unlike some foundations that only have a limited amount of, shades, they have 18. So that's really great. There's probably a good shade for everybody. So we're going to try this out. I already have like a moisturizer on, but I'm going to go ahead and use my Urban Decay De-Slick in a Tube. Wow, it got really dark. I hope this isn't too dark, you guys. The lighting was better this morning when I did it. And I have all my lights on and everything, so that probably sucks. Main thing that's wrong with my skin right now is not necessarily breakouts. It's the fact that when it's hot like this during the summertime, my skin gets really, really oily. Right here, along the sides of my nose, and then I don't just get, regular T-zone like some people. I also get right here, get super, super oily and like melts. So that's really fun. This isn't even breakouts either. It's like if you were to touch my skin, it's completely smooth. This is just scarring from old breakouts. Same with over here. The only blemish that I really have right now is right there. And that's kind of awkward. Like, it's, on my chin. So what is that? So, yeah. Gotta cover that. And we'll do that with my regular concealer after. But they recommend you use, you shake it. And then, yeah, it's just shake before use. But they also say that this is a medium coverage foundation, but they also say that you can use you can build it up for a thicker, or more kind of flawless look. It's pumped like that. My only complaint obviously with it so far is the packaging. Other than the Naked palettes, as I've said before, it's kind of a little dot like that. And I'm using my not wet, but damp foundation brush. My only complaint, and as I said before with Urban Decay products, is they're known for having really standoffish, aesthetically pleasing and kind of crazy packaging. And that's great, but it's not really functional. Like I showed you in my review of the Make Your Own palette, that the Book of Shadows 4 is just horrible. If you want to travel with it, it's just horrible, horrible. It's huge, it's inconvenient, and this would be really difficult to travel with. Unlike, the Matte Velvet Plus, which is really easy. So that's my only complaint so far. But just from putting it on and talking to you guys, in the meantime. I do kind of like it so far. And kind of without anything else, you know, I kind of take it down a little bit too, just because you don't want to look fake. So this is really lightweight. I do like it. So I usually take my fingers and blend any areas like nooks and crannies and stuff that the brush might have made look a little streaky. Like under the eyes, kind of right in here, around the nose. So yeah, so now we have that. All in all, so far it's pretty nice. I do like it. I still feel like I need a little concealer right on that blemish and a little right in there. They say that you, like I said before, they say that you can use this, the foundation itself, as a concealer. I mean, I'm sure you can kind of do that with any foundation too, but that's what they say, so we shall see. Okay, so that kind of covered it. I mean, I guess this would be nice, because if you can use this same product as your concealer and just kind of build it up, then if you were to travel with it, you wouldn't have to worry about bringing concealer and everything else as well. So that's kind of nice. And I'm just kind of dabbing this on with my finger, as you can see. Okay, so that worked pretty well for covering blemishes on the skin. Yeah. Let's see how it holds up under the eyes. Let us see, let us see. And then actually, to blend this out, I'm going to take my ring finger since it's the weakest finger. Since I want the most coverage right in here, just kind of lightly blending it out. So it was doing really well in my book at concealing up until we got to the under eye area. I feel like I need a little bit more coverage there. So I'm just going to take a little of my MAC Studio Finish. So I hate dark circles. So then I also recommend a certain setting powder. They recommend the De-Slick powder, the mattifying powder, or they also have like I think it's like razor or something powder, but it was really expensive, so I wasn't gonna buy it. So I'm just gonna use my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, and this is just in Light Plus, and I just use this all over to set my foundation. I'm really not a fan of that dewy feeling that you get from foundation. Some people just do their foundation and leave it as that. Not for me. Especially during the summertime. I feel like it makes my face feel even oilier. So, I'd rather set it, know it's not going anywhere, and be done with it. So. Once everything is set to your liking, I like mine a little drier than maybe some people would. You can go on to your bronzer. The only Urban Decay bronzer I have is like super glittery because it's one of those like lickable body powder type deals, so I'm just using my MAC Nude on Board. Just E3. I don't want to be too tan since I'm just doing this for tutorial purposes and I'm not going to work, and yeah, hence the no eyeshadow thing. And then just gonna add a little bit of NARS Orgasm for a blush because I don't want to look like a corpse. So then, because my lips are looking a little creepy at the moment, which one to use? Yeah, I'll use Peony from Revlon. This is one of the Color Burst glosses, by the way. Alrighty. So, my thoughts. For the most part, I really do like this. Again, my complaint is the packaging, mostly. If you were to stick that in your makeup bag, I guess if you were to put it all the way at the bottom, it'd be okay. But all in all, it's a little cumbersome as far as the packaging goes. I do like it that it's in a pump versus like trying to squeeze it out of the bottom. Because sometimes the little squeeze tubes, like, all of it can get stuck at the top. Or if it's like this, where the idea is this is the top and this is the bottom, then you have to kind of, yeah. So, all in all, I do like this. The reason why I bought this and I just kind of like stopped using this or this, I'm way too dark for this and I'm way too light for this. I was matched to this color probably back in April when I was going to the tanning bed like crazy and using the Nicole Polizzi tanning lotion. Now that's not necessarily saying that I don't like that lotion or that I'm not going to use it again, but I just don't have time to go tanning, so summer number 2 in a row where I am pale. But whatever, I hate the beach anyway, so we'll just go with that. So all in all, I do really like this. I do think it would be good for somebody who has very sensitive skin. If it, you know, if wearing a really heavy foundation bothers you, this is pretty lightweight, so that's a good thing. The only downside again is the price. This retails for $38, but you get a pretty big tube out of it, and I maybe used like a pump and a half, maybe 2 pumps, and I did my whole face. You might even need like less than that depending on how damp your brush is. That's another good tip, by the way. If you want to get the most out of your foundation, dampen your brush. Now this one's really dirty because I just used it. Dampen the brush that you're using for foundation. Now I'm not saying it has to be sopping wet, just run it under the sink for a couple seconds on both sides. Take a paper towel or a regular towel, kind of run it over for a couple seconds, or if it's a paper towel, squeeze it a little bit just to get some of that excess water off. It just needs to be damp, not wet. But as a damp brush will help you actually move your foundation around your face a little bit more and help to get it into your skin a little bit better. Now, if I were to use that brush dry or use this foundation with a dry brush, now I feel like I would need a little bit more because the foundation doesn't move as easily. I feel like the damp brush helps to move that foundation around your face a lot more, it helps it to shear it out as well, so you don't feel like it's so suffocating like into your skin, but it works really, really well. It's worked really well for me, so just a little quick tip. So definitely check this out. Look up on urbandecay.com, I'll link below. They have a good guide to figure out what shade you are. That's what I had to do. I actually went earlier on the website, and it's like it's a little section that says find your shade, and you can actually pick what foundation you use, what color, and they will figure out what color you are in this foundation based on that. So check it out. As always, there's a link to my blog. I might actually do a pretty good blog post on this. Yeah, I think it's worthy of one. Comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter. I'm always updating on stuff. Yeah, so I will talk to you guys later.